Let's talk about the people pulling the financial strings behind the curtain. We're talking about the Federal Reserve. Now, most of us tend to think that the Fed is just some boring bank that adjusts interest rates. Nothing too exciting. But you might be shocked to learn that they've quietly cost taxpayers about $90 billion just this past year. Uh, did you know that they've turned into a political tool as well? Not just a financial safeguard? Yeah, it's that serious. All right, folks, we're going to roll the intro, and then I'm going to show you what they've been up to and why it hits your bottom line. Hey, it's Chris Hobart, the Wealthologist. And look, let's be honest here. Most people, they don't really care about the Fed. Well, until maybe their grocery bill doubles or their mortgage begins to skyrocket. But what if I told you that the Fed isn't just reacting to inflation, it helped create the mess? So, we're diving into a report that just came out called The Fed Chose Politics. And I got to tell you, did they ever? First off, the Fed isn't just managing interest rates anymore, it's playing hedge fund, bankroller, and even climate researcher, all while losing nearly $90 billion last year alone. They ballooned their balance sheets from 850 billion in 2007 to over 6.6 trillion today. That's not smart investing. This is what I'd call monopoly money with real world consequences. All right, so what's happened? Well, the Fed created trillions of dollars during QE or quantitative easing. They pumped that into banks by buying government debt and then paid banks not to lend that money out. Kind of sounds backwards, right? Now, here's the thing, it gets better. They paid 360 billion to banks to hold reserves and only earned 270 billion in interest from their bonds. It's kind of like investing in a lemonade stand that loses money every hour and then doubling down. Then, while they've been bleeding cash, they've dabbled in climate change research, diversity programs, and they've even got accused of influencing elections by cutting rates before voting days. So, here's where I come in. As your wealthologist, I care about what impacts your financial future, not all the other fluffy stuff around there. And when the Fed steps out of its lane and becomes a bit political, it risks inflation, higher interest rates, and your ability to build wealth. So you're probably asking yourself, what should you do? Uh, First, know who controls the purse strings. Pay attention to Fed policy shifts because they affect your savings, your loans, your investments, really everything that involves money. Uh, Next thing, diversification and diversify smartly. In high volatility environments created by these massive blunders, asset allocation matters more than ever. Also, don't trust the headlines right now. Read behind the numbers or just watch this channel because I'm going to break it down for you every week as to what's actually going on and not just what they want you to hear. All right. I want to hear from you, though. Do you think that the Fed has become too political? Is it being used as a tool by either side? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because I read everyone. I love to hear what you're thinking. And also, if you learned something today, hit the like button, subscribe, share it with a friend, maybe somebody that thinks that the Fed only adjusts interest rates and they just need to know a little bit more. Because I think it's time that we all got a bit more financially fluent. All right, folks, until next week, this is Chris Hobart, your wealthologist, signing off.